Welcome back to the third episode of the Cortado Pause, the podcast where we talk to former high-level athletes and we make a cortado. We have some fun, some good conversations. On this episode, I am super excited because it's one of my best friends. Got to know this guy in secondary one, and since then he has literally been one of my best friends. We've seen each other at our best, we've seen each other at our worst, we've seen each other at our ugliest, at our hottest, in our most vulnerable moments. So on this week's episode, we're gonna switch back to hockey again because we have Kevin Ricci on the podcast today.
It's a pleasure to be here, guys.
And obviously, Kev, when I wanted to start this podcast, you were one of the first persons that came to my mind, and it's just...
Listen, I'm just glad to be top 3.
If you didn't work as much, you would have been top 1.
No, honestly, if I had to host a podcast, I would have picked Spad too. I feel like he's a nice icebreaker into anything.
He's a good icebreaker.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's just good. You know what he's good at? He's just good at in any situation.
He just makes everyone comfortable. He makes everything feel light.
But so do you.
Yeah, but he's more I get it.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go third as well because I didn't want to be that. I feel like he was a good test subject.
You wanted to go third just in case this whole thing flopped.
Yeah, if the first episode's horrible, Spad takes the hit.
Yeah, at least. Okay, but before we get into anything, we gotta take our cortado pause.
Yeah, it's true.
All
okay,
right, let's go. Kev, I know for a fact you've never made a cortado.
I have.
You have? Where?
I have. I worked at a coffee shop.
Gelatos?
No.
What was it called?
Oh, we're not gonna name any names.
You didn't make cortados there, bro.
Yeah, we made coffee.
Mini ice creams that you would eat.
No, I give them to you guys.
But you made a cortado. People would order cortados.
Yeah, of course. Americanos, cortados.
Why do I feel like cortado just started existing the moment I was introduced
because
to it?
You guys started going now.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Parma. You gave half your salary to Parma.
Show us.
Okay.
Show us what you got.
Okay, don't doubt me.
Good start.
It's like that.
Half of it on the counter.
Yep, it is. That it is. How strong do you like it?
Bro, just make it you know me.
I don't know you. I don't know, I like your cortados.
Press it a little bit harder. There you go.
No. Now Dom taught me one thing when I walked in. And it was that his machine is absolute garbage.
Don't disrespect the machine
I'm kidding, it's actually a great machine, especially for a home.
So you made cortados at that place?
Yeah. 50-50. I don't know how strong you like it. I don't think you like it very strong. Yeah, that's gonna be okay. You want it steamed? Just before I break the machine, do I shut off the coffee first?
Yeah, no. Oh.
Okay.
Shut off. Okay. Now you gotta. Yeah, here we go.
You guys need to clean that.
He seems like he's a natural, but I don't know. I feel like he doesn't know what he's doing. I feel like he's lying to us.
You literally saw me work.
I used to go.
Okay, hold on, guys. It's very important not to burn the milk.
Okay. Kevin, I want my milk steamed, not boiled.
You don't know what you're doing. You host a podcast? I've never seen you make a cortado in your life.
Let's see. James,
you have a spoon? Whatever.
James, zoom in.
Not my problem. You're drinking it.
Okay. Not bad. Yeah. Not bad.
Come on. Catch a picture of me smiling with it. I'm gonna put that on my Instagram.
Cover pic. Kev, for someone who worked at a cafe before,
yeah,
honestly, I was joking with you. You honestly didn't know like you knew what you were doing.
Right.
And it looks good. So I'm gonna taste it, and then you want to taste it?
Yeah, but hold on. Can I just preface something?
Yeah.
So Daniel likes to make fun of me for making a coffee, but I wish I could flip over the camera so you guys could see the cortado he made.
It was quick. I made James.
James, please, if you could show them.
Show it. Yes,
Guys,
it's strong.
guys.
He said he wanted it strong. James, you wanted it strong, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Okay,
Anyways,
let me
just
taste-
yeah.
let me
You want me to
taste
taste first? Or you taste first.
No, I'll taste first.
Okay, no problem.
No, you taste.
All right. Cheers. This is a good one. I can tell.
Thing is, I've just never seen you make a coffee or cook or clean.
You see, but I'm what? What the heck? No, honestly, I like sugar in mine, so this is typically not something I would drink.
Okay.
But
Okay, I'm gonna rate it.
all right, do we rate at the same
Let's
time?
rate it at the same time.
I'm biased though.
Okay, 3, 2, 1,
8.
7.
If
It's
you-
good. It's
You gave me lower than Spad.
I was gonna give you an 8, but I gave Spad a 7.5. But Spad was really good.
I thought you said it was too strong.
Did I say Spad was? No, this one was low-key strong too, bro.
Really? I don't find it's that strong, but
No, but I like it a little bit stronger. That's why I couldn't give you.
listen, I respect your opinion.
Bro, 7's good score. I'm a harsh critic for these things. I have to be. I can't just give everyone who comes on this.
No,
thing
that's
a
true.
10.
That's true. That's true.
I have to save the 10s for the really good ones.
Who?
I don't know, but 7. Okay, 7.
No, don't grade back. No, it's 7. That's fine.
7.
Is it better than?
John's? Yes, obviously.
I don't know. I didn't see John's.
Yeah. Well, his was bad.
He was bad.
Yeah. I gave him a 3.
Oh.
It was terrible.
Oh.
Okay, forget about Cortado.
Yeah. Sorry. I'll just have one more sip. Sorry.
Yeah, take a sip whenever you want. So I'm just gonna list a little bit of your playing career
Okay.
and go through it a little bit. So actually, no, I want to start at the very beginning. I want to start at Bantam.
Okay.
Because one thing I learned is from Spad and talking about hockey and all this
Yeah.
is that making it in your first year of certain categories, and correct me if I'm wrong, making it AAA in certain categories
Yeah.
is super important. And I didn't know this, but like I looked up your career a little bit, and your first year of Bantam, it actually says that you were playing with the Montreal Royal. I don't know why I said it in French. Montreal Royals.
Yeah.
Double A. So did you not make AAA in your first Bantam season?
Yeah. So basically, when it was my first year Bantam, they had decided to. It was the first year that AAA was integrated, and so what they had done is in Hockey Montreal they had decided to put all the second years as AAA, and the AA team was predominantly the first years, which is a concept that now is mostly applied. So they have AAA and then they have AAA Relève, which is the equivalent of AAA and AA back then. So we were kind of like the first group in Hockey Montreal that segregated the categories by first years and second years. And obviously I didn't make, you could still make AAA even if you're a first year, but that year no first year had made it. So I was cut and I went and played AA with all the other first years. And
So now how does it work? Like after your year, the first years were able to go into AAA and Bantam in the first
they were
year?
always able to go. It's just Hockey Montreal decided that they were going to completely separate it that year. None of us made it. We all made it into the AA team, and all the second years made it into the AAA team. And the AA AAA concept continued for a while longer, and then I think recently when I stopped playing, they officially switched it to like AAA Relève, AA Relève.
Okay.
Like a bunch of levels for just to say like.
But anyways, after that,
To keep it short, no, I didn't make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there any first years? Do you remember if any first years made it that year?
Not for Hockey Montreal,
No?
no.
Okay.
No.
But anyways, you ended up making it in your second year, right?
Yeah.
And you made the Montreal Espoir, which is like an all-star kind of team.
For my second year?
Yeah.
No, my second year was just Bantam AAA.
Okay, you made
Yeah.
Bantam AAA
Yeah.
with Montreal Royal, and then you made. Then after your second year or whatever your
After my
second year
second year,
Bantam, then you make that jump to midget, correct?
I did midget, yeah.
Did you make the team in the first year?
Okay, actually that's a funny story. So I made it, then there's someone from the QMJHL that came down, so I got bumped down to midget Espoir,
Yeah.
for a little bit, and then someone quit the team, and I jumped back up.
Yeah. So that's
So I did AAA, Espoir, AAA.
Yeah. So from the convo I had with Spad, he explained like how it's super important to make midget your first year.
Yeah.
So, you saying you making it, and then a guy from the queue coming down, and you getting bounced off the team, was that a big hit at the time for you?
Oh, honestly, I just remember it being like, how can I put it? Like you always, when you're growing up into like the Hockey Montreal system, like your end goal, the last year you really want to play for Hockey Montreal is when you go and play midget AAA. So like the duality of like thinking you made it to not making it is, how can I put it? Like it's like the ultimate letdown, right? So it's like getting a taste of something and like getting it ripped out of your hands. And I don't think I necessarily took that really well when I went back down, because it's like, it's insulting. You know, I think I was playing a little bitter, and then I had the opportunity to go back. When I went back, once again, I was bitter. You know, I was bitter at the fact that like, oh, you didn't keep me.
Yeah.
But like, now I'm here, but like, I don't want to be here.
So you kind of had to face adversity at that age. Like that year was a year of adversity for you.
Yeah, from the start, it was rough. And also like coming back up from midget, it's like, oh, well, now like, who are you? You know, it's like, you weren't here. So you're at the bottom of the depth chart low-key, which means like you're fourth line minutes, you play fourth line roles, you play PK, no PP, like, you know, penalty kill, power play, sorry.
So obviously, I assume at that age, your goal was to get drafted to the Q.
Yeah.
Then get drafted in the NHL.
Yeah.
When you faced that year of adversity in terms of your first year with midget AAA, did that take a hit for your goal of making it to the Q, or were you just like focused in for your second season to have the best season to try and get drafted after that one? Because you did come back the next year and you had a pretty good year. You had 13 goals, 12 assists. Mm-hmm. You were a key player on that team. Yeah. I remember even coming to some of the games just to watch you play.
I remember that, yeah.
Those were pretty fun games. But so was that kind of that adversity in your first season? Did that kind of tarnish your not your dream, but your goal of making it to the Q, or were you just laser focused on being like this? After the second year, I'm gonna do it.
Honestly, the worst mistake I made was actually going back, because I had a decision to make, right? So when the guy left the team, it's up to you to choose whether you wanna continue in midget espoir or go back up. And I had decided that I wanted to go back up because it was an egotistical thing to do. It was all ego. It's like, oh, well, I'm not playing like at the highest level right now, so let me just go back up. And I was honestly better off just staying midget espoir. Like when I was midget espoir, I was producing more. I had more ice time. More scouts were talking to me. I had more, how can I say, like more people were able to see me. More people I had piqued more interest because I was performing so well. And when you go from there, which was honestly, I didn't stay in midget espoir that long. Like I played less than like a quarter season, and then I went back to AAA. People kind of forget about you when you produce so well, you perform so well at the beginning of the season, and then you move up to midget AAA and you're on fourth line minutes doing nothing, right? Like even my points completely show that. Like
that first year you didn't have
I think I had like 4 points in X amount of games, like so. The thing that tarnished my first year and my draft stock was really choosing to go back out of ego. I should have stayed in Espoir.
But do Q teams draft from
a lot from Espoir?
Yeah,
a lot because a lot of first years actually don't make it to AAA. AAA is predominantly a league that's dominated, at least in my time, was dominated by players that are second year with a few first years, and then the year after it's the people who are playing Espoir go up. Like Spad was one of the lucky exceptions that was able to make it as a first year, but a lot of people play Espoir, and QMJHL more and more are drafting out of school leagues and Espoir. So it would have been smart for me to stay in Espoir. Yeah, so it would have been smart to stay in Espoir. Yeah.
But even so, you go into your second year, midget AAA, you're on a team, you're playing. Yeah. Like at the time, I think you were playing like top minutes. Yeah. At the time, you had a good season, but you don't get drafted. Yeah. How like Spada explain a little bit how he felt after he didn't get drafted. How do you feel after Kev at that time? How does he feel when he doesn't get drafted to the Q after that second season?
I mean, I was devastated. I don't know if you remember how I felt. I think I acted like everything was fine.
Yeah.
But I like Spad said last time, you know, the feeling of like not even getting like picked, especially after doing X amount of interviews. It's like kind of getting rejected by like all the interviews you did, you know. So you go and meet up with teams, you have the same discussions. What type of player are you? You know, what's your role? Do you think you fit with the team? Whatever. All these questions. You think you walk out of there, or you think you do well, and then the draft comes and just like.
So you had interest from teams. You had teams.
Of course, Spad had interest as well. We all had interviews. We went and see like all the scouts, the anyone that wanted to interview us. It depends. Sometimes it's the team itself, but sometimes it's just the scouts, and I don't know. It's like a slap in the face a little bit.
Yeah.
To be rejected after all these interviews.
So in that moment when you don't get drafted, does that shift your mentality into, okay, my whole time and playing career, I wanted to make the Q and I wanted to make the NHL. Does that now shift your end goal and being like, okay, maybe this isn't going to be something for me? Or were you still like, I'm still going to make it type of mentality? Or did that shift?
I think I was at a bridge. I was at a crossroads where I was like, do I pursue the QMJHL dream, or like, do I shift my focus to school, or do I just quit? That's like the crossroads we're at. It's like, do you decide to finally move on from hockey? Do you decide to continue trying to pursue something? And I mean, I had gotten interest and was able to get on like the 52-man roster of Juana Honda, but at the same time, it's like I was getting interest from a few D1s after playing my first and second year of junior hockey. So D1s, D3s, I was like, let me try and go to the school. But like, I had no idea of the procedures. Like, I know you came out with a book that guides people on how to get out of Quebec, but we don't have that for hockey, right? So I was kind of like on my own trying to figure a way to make it out of here. And at the end of the day, all the decisions I made led to nothing. So.
Yeah. And I think that's very unfortunate, that the fact that you're kind of left, like after your midget AAA season, you don't get drafted. All these players are kind of just left to fend for themselves.
Yeah.
And NCAA is such a prominent route now, especially with like NIL and like a kid McKenna deciding to leave the Q.
Yeah, they just switched the rules.
Yeah,
now,
and going to play in, where is it, like Penn State or something?
Yeah,
I don't even
Penn
know.
State.
Like, it's just unfortunate that at the time it wasn't something that was accessible to people, because
no, back then it was Q or NCAA, exactly.
Right?
You weren't able to pick one and then maybe switch to the other. It was either you pick this, you go to camp for more than 48 hours, you're barred. I think it's any days over the amount of days you stay over 48 hours counts as a year of eligibility. I'm not exactly, like, don't quote me on that.
But even if you did want to go NCAA, like, you just had no idea. There was no one to guide you through that, which sucks.
You had to hire external advisors
exactly
to come and kind of guide you. And there was some advisors that like reached out that claimed to know what they were doing.
But you never know.
But then like you kind of get into conversations with them, and it turns out like it's like they have no idea what they're saying and they just want money.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like for $100, like I'll be able to help you do this. Oh, but like I need another 100. Like it's like the original pyramid scheme. Like, oh, refer me a friend, and like I'll talk to the scout, please. And
maybe I'm just biased on my experience with playing and going to college in the States, but like I wish that you could have had that experience too, because like, for example, Kev would always come to Vermont with the boys, and like you got a little bit of a taste of what it was like to be in college, like coming to my apartment, going to like parties at the soccer house. There was also a hockey house.
There was the events.
Yeah, there was the
games,
events,
the frozen. Honestly, I got to live vicariously through him. It was a nice experience. I got to live the national championships as well.
The only thing we should have done
in the stands, though.
The only thing we should have done that we didn't do is when Lane Hudson was playing with Boston University, and they were playing against UVM.
So expensive.
I thought the tickets were gonna be like $5, like a normal game. We show up, and what were they, like $20?
No, it was more than that. It was over 30, because I had 30 and I couldn't afford it.
It was like 24 US, which is like 30 something Canadian, and
We didn't have enough. They don't.
Poor-
I don't think they take card, did they?
I don't know, but poor us.
Yeah, I guess we're broke college students. Like,
We didn't want to do it, but imagine we could have said that we saw Lane Hudson in BU. We should have. It would have been nice. But
can I just be honest for a second? I think you guys had like, arguably one of the ugliest ice rinks.
Our barn sucked.
Yeah, your barn was terrible.
It's just old.
Your seats were awful.
It's old.
Then you like look at BU and BC. It's like,
Bro, the thing is, they were supposed to renovate this whole thing before COVID. But then once COVID hit, they allocated all the money to like testing and blah, 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 this, that. So now they're like slowly redoing the renovations because the whole sports complex was supposed to be...
the soccer field is class though.
Yeah, the soccer field's class.
The track is nice.
The track is nice.
Guys, if you have a second, go look at the sports complex
if
of
you're from Montreal,
Vermont.
just go to Burlington and look at the...
Beautiful campus. Honestly, beautiful campus.
Go check a
He was in
Catamount
dorms
game.
the first year. It was sick.
Go-
We couldn't go because it was COVID, but like he used to FaceTime us around the dorm. It was nice.
Yeah, those were cool. Anyway, so now you don't get drafted to the queue.
Yeah,
You're
classic.
done with midget AAA.
Yeah.
You're done with high school.
Yeah.
You go to CEGEP.
Yep.
But you continue to play at a relatively high level because you're basically playing in
Junior
just
AAA.
the league under
The
Quebec.
QMJHL, yeah.
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 How is that experience? You were playing with the Terrebonne Cobras, which is still like a relatively like...
Yeah, it's
big
one of the
team.
best organizations in the country every year actually. So shout out to them. They're always dominant and they're well renowned. So basically, for anyone who is possibly watching that's not from Quebec, Junior AAA is the equivalent of like Junior A anywhere else, because they don't have like AAA whatever. Junior A is like, it's like Tier 2 junior hockey league. It's the best right after Tier 1. And if you're from Quebec, and let's say you don't necessarily have like the funds to go play at private schools, like prep schools, or you don't have the money to, I don't know, go play USPHL or NCDC or whatever, you stay in Quebec and you pray to God that like a scout finds you. Or there's also summer showcases, but that also costs a fortune. Like everything in hockey tends to cost a fortune. So I went with the cheapest option, and it's playing local. And I was praying for the best, like since it's one of the highest regarded organizations in the country, I was like betting on that.
And at that time when you're still playing, are you still playing because you just love it, because you just want to continue playing hockey, or like you said, you're just hoping that someone sees you?
I would say for the first year or two, I was going through a hard time personally. So I was like, that was kind of like my getaway from like all the seriousness of life. And at the same time, like I wanted to get out, and I was like, maybe this is like my opportunity to like leave and go to the school in the States. But then after the second year, I think I just like, I genuinely lost like the love of the game. And I was just playing because I was good enough to play, and it gave me something to do.
And I just want to tap into that chapter in your life where things were a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
So one thing that we've always been able to relate on is the fact that we both lost a parent. I lost my mom when I was 10 to lung cancer. You lost your dad. At what age? Like 16, 17?
I was 17 years old,
17 to cancer as well. And that's something that like maybe we don't talk about it often, but something that we kind of unspokenly like...
I guess you could say we bonded over that.
Yeah, we bond over that a little bit, which is unfortunate to say, but it's just the reality of life.
I mean...
Yeah. And so that's happening. That chapter in your life is happening where you're going through your dad battling with cancer, but you're still playing hockey. And these are probably some important years of your hockey career. And
yeah.
So how do you deal with that happening? Because for me, my mom had cancer when I was very young. Like I was just playing soccer for fun.
Yeah.
So I could just imagine how much harder it is when you're older, when you're 17, 16, 17, and you have to balance your hockey career and stuff that's happening at home.
I mean, so the timeline of events was really unfortunate. It was like he told us kind of towards like a little past the midpoint in the mid-AAA season. And then from there, it dragged on into the beginning of my junior hockey season where he passed away. Yeah, dude, it was honestly some of the, like, gradually seeing someone like perish is like, I wish that on no one. And to do so, like, the last thing that's on your mind is focusing on hockey. So on top of that, you're disappointed with not being drafted. On top of that, like, you don't necessarily have the resources to be able to go to the US. But at the same time, right, you don't want to go to the US.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Everything's happened
there. So I was actually, I had interest from Taft in Connecticut. But, like, do I want to go? Like, I never really took that opportunity seriously because at the same time, like, you know, your parent is limited in time. And you going there means missing out on the last few years or months, should I say, of his life. So, I mean, you weigh the pros and the cons, and obviously, like, your parent comes before sports.
Comes before sport. It's just, like you said, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And having to deal with that at that age, like, I'm a little bit grateful that I was so young when my mom had cancer. Obviously, I wish I had spent more time with her in my life, but I was kind of naive when she had cancer because you don't know anything at 10 years old. In my mind, my mom is just sick and she's going to get better.
Yeah.
And then one day she just isn't there anymore. So, but like at 10 years old, you kind of don't understand things as well as you do at 60s.
I feel like it still hits you later on though. I remember like...
Yeah, it hits you, but I feel like it was a little bit harder for you being a little bit older. So not that I'm grateful that I was young and my mom passed away when I was young, but I'm grateful that I wasn't in those really formative years where you're trying to find yourself, you're trying to understand who you are as a person, and you have to deal with watching your parents slowly deteriorate. So I give you credit, but I know how hard it probably was for you. So I just want to say I'm proud of you for going through that because you had a lot of...
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
You had a lot of instability throughout those years. And in high school, I remember you talking about how you always wanted to be an accountant. And obviously, you always wanted to be a NHL player.
Yeah.
But you always spoke about, I'm going to be an accountant if I'm not a hockey player. And there was at one point in your life within this chapter where you weren't even in school. Because of all the instability in your life. But just talk about why you weren't in school and how you managed to, because for a lot of people that leave school, they don't go back. But you took that break from school. You came back, and you've been a top student ever since.
Actually. Well, first of all, I had a great support system going through it all. I have to be honest. I had great friends. Everyone that's here right now that you guys don't see were awesome to me, and everyone was super understanding and gave me my space when I needed it and gave me less space when they thought I didn't need it. So it was good. And at the same time, like you said, I had chosen to drop out of school, mainly because I was going to therapy. I think there's no shame in therapy. I think everyone should go to therapy. I was going to therapy and I was just clinically diagnosed as depressed. And I thought that the last thing I wanted to do was go to school. So I dropped out of school and I got a job and kept going to therapy. And eventually I decided that I was working a really like crappy job. Like I was stuffing pillows in a factory for $13 an hour, you know, and like playing like junior AAA hockey on the side. So I kind of knew right off the bat that that's not a sustainable lifestyle. But at the same time, I think it was the best thing to do for my mental health at the time. And once I was able to maybe tap into a little more of like my trauma and deal with everything that had happened and be more accepting of the situation and stop feeling sorry for myself, I was able to maybe like go back to school. I had a good support system. People were encouraging me to go back. I had always gotten good grades, so I knew that maybe like I'm not a very manual guy. So I always kind of knew that I had to be working an office job. And at the same time, you also mentioned that I always wanted to be an accountant. And the reason I wanted to be an accountant is actually really phony. It's not because I thought like, what accountants do are really cool. It's just because my mother's uncle was a CPA. And growing up, I just thought he had the coolest house. And I thought he had the coolest lifestyles and the nicest cars. And so I was just like, oh, like I want to be like that. And I mean, he was a CPA. So I was just like, if I want to live like that, then I may as well just pursue that career. And yeah.
I mean, to your credit, it wasn't phony because you said that you wanted to be that. And I used to say I wanted to be that too. And look at me, like I want nothing to do with that
You did
with
take a
that
class
job.
on it though.
Yeah, I took one class. I took one finance class, and I switched to marketing because I didn't want anything to do with finance.
Yeah, that's smart,
So
man.
to your credit, it wasn't phony because you're someone who since I met when we were 12 years old, whenever you said something, you would do it. And I think
Yeah.
a lot of that discipline and self-realization comes from hockey and the dedication you had into that. So all the good grades and the studying and the discipline that you put into your school and working towards your CPA exam and all that, do you think hockey kind of gave you those characteristics and traits?
I think the hard work and perseverance, yeah. But I think like the hard-headedness just comes from failing. Like failing so many times to get to where you want to be in sports kind of like drilled into me that like you're not failing this time.
But you take school very competitively, and
I do.
That's something like in hockey because guys, we had linear algebra together, and this is a quick fun story.
Yeah.
So there was one quiz where I got 0 on, and then the next class, the teacher was explaining the quiz, blah blah blah, and I'm like showing Kev. I'm on Twitter, showing Kev, and this is weird, but Twitter is full of like bro, porn.
Stupidities.
Like there's just porn on Twitter. This is random, but I'm just showing Kev like porn on Twitter in the middle of class. The teacher calls on me, and he says, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm showing Kev something." Like he knew I wasn't listening. Anyways, he's like in front of the whole class. He's like, Daniel, what'd you get on the quiz? Remember, I have to in front of everyone. I have to say 0. Got 0%.
Yeah.
Then that next exam, I remember you called me saying, "Oh, the grades are posted." And I got like 108.
You got 110.
110%.
Because you got a bonus question.
And I got better than you,
Yeah.
and you were pissed at me.
Yeah, I was pissed because you're watching porn in class and I'm actually trying. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you take it very competitively, and since you came back to school after your year off, you were very competitive, and I feel like hockey and that competitiveness that you used to have in hockey, you've delivered that into your schooling and trying to be the best, not only in school, but like when you got your internship with Richter, and then getting a job with EY.
Yeah.
2 top 4, big fours, not
One
top,
big four.
One big four.
One big four
I don't know
EY.
the big fours. One big four, and now working your way up to being a senior auditor in a quick span. That comes from some competitive juices. I feel like. I don't know if you agree.
I think sports has taught me that you want to try and be the best every time. Like, I think you would know more than anyone. When you're on a team, you want to be the best at your position. You want to be one of the best. You want to be someone who's relied upon, who's a go-to for the coach. You know, someone who they instill trust in you. You have leadership. And I think that like those qualities that I learned from sports and the constant drive of always striving to be that kind of player is something that translated into my career. So I show up to work every day and like, I may not be the best, but I swear like I'm going to work my ass off to become the best or try to be the best. I want to be someone who's relied upon, who people can trust, who nobody has to baby around, especially like in my industry. Like, I think that matters a lot, being independent and also like learning soft skills and all that. Like, so the grind of trying to be the best in one thing obviously translating to the other. And because of sports, that for sure gave me that mentality to always just work and try to be the best in everything you do. Because why do sports and not try to be the best? I never understood that. And that might be a controversial take, but people who play sports for fun, I never understood.
Yeah.
And when you go to work, like, why not try to be the best?
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're spending already so many hours there.
Yeah.
You may as well apply yourself and try and be the best.
Yeah.
At least that's my mentality.
People go through the motions of work and this and that, but you have the take where you want to be the best at your work.
Yeah.
And so talking about that, playing sport for fun, I still haven't been able to play soccer for fun because, like you said, I always played to be pro and with the end goal. If I played, I never went to the pitch just to kick the ball around and have fun.
Yeah.
Have you gotten to the point where you're able to play hockey for fun, or is that still something that you haven't been able to do yet?
I don't think I'll ever fully be able to enjoy the sport of hockey. Like, for like playing for fun. I don't think I have it in me to not play for like the end goal. Like I've tried. Like I've played on my team with Spad, and like we've won and everything, but it's just, there's no thrill to it.
Yeah.
Where's the fun? Like you're telling me we used to be on the ice with like players who are in the NHL, and now like I'm on the ice with a guy who played Junior B. What are we doing?
What are some of the top names that you played with or played against?
Well, Lafreniere, Joe Valeno, Benoit Olivier Groux. My first year,
Joe Valeno always comes up on this podcast.
Well, Joe Valeno grew up in RDP. Like
try to get him on.
I mean, Joe Valeno, he grew up in RDP. So,
yeah.
Top names, other names. There's a bunch in the AHL that no one cares about, sadly. Who else? Who's in the NHL? I don't know. I can't name you off the top of the dome.
Bolduc.
Samuel Bolduc actually played with us. You're so right. How do you know? And I didn't remember. He literally played on
Peter
my team.
Abandonado. You ever play with him?
No, he was older. Peter Abandonado. I think he was like 2 years older. There's a couple guys that went to the NHL camp, like Shank. A bunch of guys who play semi-pro. A bunch of guys who play abroad. That's another thing. Like, I don't know. I don't think you touched upon this subject with Spad, but you can go play abroad. Like, there's a lot of players who go play abroad. But once again, at the crossroads at some point, like, is the paycheck that you earn from playing abroad worth scrapping your education for, like, long-term revenue?
Is that something you ever considered to go play abroad?
Never. I know that I've known so many players that wouldn't play abroad. I know the conditions they treat you in. Your paychecks are unstable. Sometimes they'll just pay your rent and your meals and you make no money. So to me, it was always like, how can I do something that's going to bring me a stable future?
Yeah.
And sports was just not it. Like, I guess as good as I wasn't good enough to be able to make the big bucks in sports.
Yeah. And that's the reality of sports. Like, 99% of professional athletes aren't making the big bucks.
Yeah.
And people think of being a professional athlete as glitz and glam and all this. But the reality is that there's only that 1% that make those millions and millions of dollars.
And it's still a job for them.
Yeah, the rest is just, it's like in soccer, second division, like third division, fourth division, those guys are considered pro, but every day they're fighting for their job, for their salary, because the next year they're not guaranteed a contract. And that lifestyle of not knowing where you're going to be next year, no stability, not getting paid crazy amount, it's difficult. It's not for everyone. And to start a family, to live abroad and this and that, you have to really like dedicate your life to it, and it's difficult to do.
Do you think you would have wanted that?
I could, like, if I wanted, maybe I'd be doing it right now. But to me, like, so the time I spent in Spain, I could have tried and went back and maybe played like in the 5th division and made a few €100 a month and get my rent paid and housing paid and food paid. But I don't know, at 25 years old, to me, that didn't seem like the route I wanted to do, because I never had a job, a proper job where I made money.
That's not true. You did tires.
Yeah, for a few months, once a week.
Yeah.
Terrible job. Almost broke my knee flipping tires.
Yeah, I remember you used to send pics in the containers.
I used to make a bed of tires and sleep because I was exhausted. But it just didn't make sense for me because I never had money saved up. How I'm going to go play in Europe for a few €100 a month and then come back here after 3-4 years if I don't work my way up to whatever 2nd or 1st division where they make real money. And then I'm going to be 30 years old, haven't started a career, have no money saved up. My girlfriend's going to break up with me because we've done 10 years of long distance and I have no money. And she wants to move out and have kids. Like,
that's exactly the crossroads I'm talking about, right? It's like long-term stability or short-term, like...
It's a hard decision to do. But I give credit to the people that do it, that love the sport so much that they go and do it.
They grind.
And they grind every year.
And they do nothing.
Yeah.
Make nothing, should I say. They do a lot. They make no money. And I don't know how that's like appealing to anyone, but hey, to each their own. Some people might say, why are looking at financial statements all day? Great. You know.
Would you say So for me, I would never see myself doing what you do.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And you probably, I don't know if you would see yourself doing what I do.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I give credit to you though.
Would you say that you're very, very passionate about obviously you're passionate about becoming a CPA.
Yeah.
That passion for auditing and this and being a senior auditor, I don't know the terms well, but
Yeah, senior auditor.
did you have that passion as soon as you started, or is it something that you grew into, or is it just that idea in your mind that you have from your mom's was it your mom's brother? Uncle, and everything that he got out of being a CPA, is that like always in the back of your mind, and that's why you have this passion for it? Like, what really, where does that passion stem from?
That passion stems from like, when I got into the workforce, it was like an environment I'd never been in before. Like none of my parents ever worked corporate. No one in my family really worked corporate except my mom's uncle, who had his own practice. So it's not like he was even working at a Big Four when he was working in a Big Four before I even had the conscience of like knowing what a Big Four was. So when I finally stepped foot into the corporate world, I was more kind of like, I like this. Like, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like, I like this. And then like you kind of get to see like the senior managers, the partners, and you kind of get to see like, I don't know, to me they just looked cool. Like they're calling the shots, they're running mandates. You know, some of them are driving really nice cars. That's another motivator. Like it's no secret that they make great money. And I think that like I grew up in an environment where I wasn't necessarily rich, and to me, like, you know, I think that it'd be fun to have like a little bit of money to throw around in the future. So knowing that there's that type of money in the industry and the type of power that comes with being at the upper echelon of my career, I think that's really what's driving me to try and be like a top dog eventually.
So right now you're a senior auditor at EY.
Yeah.
You just did your CPA exam.
Yeah.
What are like the next steps for you in the terms of the corporate world?
So if I pass my common final exam, I'm eligible to get my title. Then I just have a few more months to work. I obtain my title, and then I become manager for 4 years, senior manager 4 years. Then after like those 4 years, you become eligible to eventually become partner if you're good enough.
Do you automatically move up that echelon,
Yes.
or you have to perform within those 4 years?
Nah, you have to perform.
So you can't just go through those 4 years like goggy lagging. What am I saying?
Yeah, freeloading.
Freeloading.
Yeah.
Gaggy ladding. What am I trying to say? Like, you know, like when you just like
Lollygagging.
lollygagging. You can't just go around 4 years lollygagging.
What a word. Yeah.
Why does it not sound right?
It does not sound right. Thank God
Lollygagging?
James is behind the camera telling us what
James,
the
is
word
it
is.
lollygagging?
Thank you.
James always knows these things.
That's why I hate playing trivia with him every day.
Every day?
Every chilling. Every chilling.
So you can't just go through 4 years of lollygagging. You have to perform within those 4 years.
And it sucks because I don't know if actually I'm allowed to talk about that, but there's a way that you're kind of graded at work.
Okay.
And that kind of determines like your ranking within the people within your group, and then, you know, it determines a bunch of other stuff at work. So obviously you always try and be in the upper ranks,
Yeah.
so you're kind of assured to move up the ranks.
So your goal in the end is to be a partner.
For now, yeah, I would say so.
And then you could fund all the chillings when we're older.
A
All the
Rolex for
barbecues.
everyone at 50. I did promise you guys that.
Rolex at 50?
I don't know if you guys remember. James probably remembers, but I promised everyone when I turned 50 in the year that most of us turned 50, I would like to get.
Okay, so we don't get you a gift.
You're not getting a crazy Rolex, but like a nice little Oyster Perpetual would be nice for everyone. Maybe 50, 60K and all.
Bro, just get me oysters at a restaurant. I'll be happy.
No, like
oysters
that's-
perpetual.
You don't even know. You don't know.
I don't even know what
watches.
that means.
It's a type of Rolex.
I'm
You'll
upset.
take it, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Of course, you
100%
better
I'm
take
gonna
it. Stop complaining.
So, bro, like every time and I've told you this before, like you are so passionate about what you do at work.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that you have that passion, because not everybody wakes up and is actually passionate about what you do,
Yeah.
what they do. And I know for a fact that you're going to be successful because of that passion and how you talk about it. And there's periods in our life where I've seen you without passion, and to see you grow and become this guy who's passionate, who's disciplined, who honestly just seems to have all his shit together.
Yeah.
What are kind of the things that you're still struggling with, and things that you want to work on for yourself, just to be better at not only your job in the corporate world, but just as a better boyfriend, a better friend, a better dad in the future?
I think I need to learn to... I need to realize that I'm not saving lives at the end of the day. You know, we hear that a lot in our industry, where it's like, we're not saving lives. And I think it's important in life to realize that we're not saving lives. Not everything is super pressing. Not everything is end all be all. Not everything is going to ruin someone's life. Like, you're not going to die if you make a mistake. Like, so I think that that's something I need to realize. I need to, like, in simple terms, like, I need to chill. I think I'm someone who's extremely intense, who, like, when I'm told to do something, like, you know, and I think I need to just realize no one's dying. I need to relax, and sometimes I need to have a little more confidence, which, if we go back to sports for a second, I think is something I lacked as an athlete. And I think that everyone who actually makes it big time almost has borderline God complex.
Yeah.
They have so much self-belief, and they are, like, confident to a point where, like, it's misconstrued for cockiness.
It's almost delusional.
Yeah.
I know a bunch of guys who, like, you're like, damn, this guy's delusional, but I wish I was like that, because I would miss a pass and, like, I'd be like, hey, I suck. Like, I just suck. It's normal. I suck. I missed this pass because I suck. But they'd miss the pass. They'd be like, I missed the pass because the guy wasn't in that position. Like, he should be there. Like, what?
And you know what's crazy is that, like, the people with the God complex are the ones that make it. I'm convinced, you have to have so much self-belief to a point where it's like you're the cockiest kid in the world to make it.
Yeah.
The problem is, athletes like us who, well, I think I was a very confident guy. Like, I was always a very confident person, but, like, the people who do have, like, that extreme cockiness, when they don't make it, become the worst humans ever if they're not able to accept the fact that they're no longer athletes, which I think we've learned to accept.
Yeah.
I think, like, actually, like, I believe failing as an athlete made me a better person today. Truly. Yeah. I think I needed that failure to, like, level me out, to be a better person and to be more level-headed and to be less cocky, some might say, yeah.
Is there certain things, because obviously the corporate world and the sports world are vastly different. Mm-hmm. Are there certain things that you miss from playing hockey or just being in sports in general?
Yeah, brotherhood, for sure.
Yeah,
brotherhood.
It's common.
Those bus rides, the hotels, the team trainings, the team meals. Do
you have any, like, stories you could, like, maybe one good one that really pops out to you?
Oh my God. I mean, I could probably say, what was it? We were in Quebec City. I just loved it. We were in Quebec City and we had a curfew. Okay.
Why do I remember this?
We had a curfew, and obviously the team comes and check the curfews, and so what we had did is we had kept all the vets, because only one guy has to open the door. You say, yeah, we're here. So all the vets, we had grabbed, like, mattresses and put them all in my room, and we had all slept in the room and in the bathtub, and then Spado was, like, under the desk sleeping, and then we had left, like, all the rookies to, like, answer the door, and we just made a ruckus. We broke everything in the room, and then the day after our game, the next day, the cops from the place wouldn't allow us to get back on the bus until we admitted who had broken everything. So Spad decided to slide off, you know, the ironing boards?
Yeah.
The guy thought that it would be a good idea to slam the ironing board and to jump off of it, snapped it in half. A bunch of guys had taken, I'm not going to name any names, they had stolen a bunch of stuff from the room, right? And then it was like, oh, unless you give it back, like, you guys are not going back to Montreal. Now, I know that sounds like a horrible story to tell, but Like,
Bro,
it's
those are the
stupidities
best.
like that.
Those
It's
are the
just like,
best.
I still remember it to this day. I vividly remember the faces of every guy seeing the cops when we went to the bus. The everyone's like visceral laugh when Spad broke his face on the board.
Bro,
Just like memories. Like, I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life.
like that stuff in the hotel room is the funniest stuff
Yeah.
ever, especially when you're like 15, 16 and you just do the dumbest things ever. It is so funny.
We were so much like more fun back then. You remember that?
Yeah, like you're just so mature, but like it's so, I don't know, it's
You
even,
have to go through it.
yeah, but even as like in university when we stay at hotels, those were always like, even like the little stupid things, like I would go with like my roommate and we would try to scare people. Like we'd go like on the outside balcony and like knock on the windows, see if people would get scared. And it was so dumb, but like obviously weren't surfing on ironing boards at 20, 22 years old, but like,
Okay, whoa, I was.
no, like you guys were
Okay,
young,
yeah, okay, you
but
guys
we
were
weren't doing
22,
that
yeah,
then
valid,
because like
valid.
God forbid we broke something, like our scholarship is
I feel
gone.
like they threatened you guys with that.
Bro, like it's just at a certain point, like you have to.
That's all they have against you, though.
Like for example, I was a captain. I can't go around like snapping ironing boards.
Or you can. It's not
You
illegal
can.
if you don't get caught.
But bro, like those moments and the bus rides and the singing, and like I remember you would always say that it's super hot in the bus. You guys would strip down into your boxers and just be on the bus, like
Yeah.
Like it's so random but
Yeah.
so funny.
I get memories of that stuff.
Yeah.
On Snapchat all the time.
And I'm sure that's something that you're not gonna get in the corporate world.
Yeah.
So
No, it's also like there's some of these guys I'm gonna remember forever. You know, like Caparelli, like Licio, you know. Like it's guys that if I run into any day, like it's like no time has passed.
yeah, it's like a brotherhood that even though you don't see them, whenever you do see them, it's like
Instant connection.
Yeah.
Because I remember you mentioning like sometimes you never talk to these guys ever again. But I'm like, let's say they get cut or whatever. But I'm pretty sure if you ever ran into them,
Bro, it's like
you never stopped speaking.
yeah.
Ever. You know, it's like Spad. Like when I went off the rails and went and played junior hockey, and he went and played junior A, like we kind of disconnected for a few years, and then all of a sudden, like
Yeah.
we're all hanging out every day again.
And then we're going to Vegas together.
And we went to Vegas, the best trip of my life.
That's crazy.
Best trip of my life, and I was sick for 50% of it.
Spad went from a guy that I would see every
Couple months,
months
maybe even years at first.
to a guy that we just invited to Vegas and now
Yeah.
we see every week.
Love that guy. He's the best.
He got a lot of love on this show, Spad. You
I
should just be the
I
host.
I still love all my other
You should
friends.
just be the host, Spad.
Yeah, I still someday we have to interview you. But I still love all my friends.
Reverse Cortado
Yeah,
Pause.
I'm trying to do that a bit today.
Yeah, I know you're asking me a little
I'm
bit
trying
of
to ask
questions.
you. Yeah, I think the audience deserves to know a little bit about you as well.
Yeah, it'll come. Maybe I'll just do a podcast where I just talk to them.
All to yourself, you in the mirror.
That'd be hard. That's actually gonna be very hard. Like I said, we've seen each other at our best. We've seen each other at our worst,
At our hottest,
at our hottest, ugliest, most vulnerable, and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. I know we don't text each other every day. We don't talk to each other every day, but I know that if I ever need you, you're a text away, you're a call away, and you'll be there for me no matter what.
Sure.
And I hope that you know that I would do the same thing for you. And I just appreciate you being on the podcast, being so open and being able to talk about difficult subjects. Because like I said, this podcast isn't for anyone who's watching right now. In the end, this podcast is for me.
For athletes in general.
But the real thing
It's for him.
this whole thing is for me.
You don't care if anyone watches.
I do not care if anybody watches. I'm gonna go home tonight feeling good. Like I just had a therapy session because, like I've said, this period for me is a very much transitional period that's been super difficult, and being able to talk to other athletes who have gone through it, I feel like are the only people that could understand. So I want to thank you for being here, and I appreciate you, and I fucking love you, bro.
I love you as
And-
well. I hope you know I'm a terrible texter. I think everyone here knows. But I love you, and I will answer if it's an emergency. If it's not, I'm bound not to answer. Now, if there's any scouts watching, I still have 4 years of NCAA eligibility, and I'm willing to get in shape.
NIL money too.
And $30, cover my meals a day, and I'll be happy.
What was it? What was the school that wanted you for a
It
sec?
depends. There was Canisius, there was Colgate I spoke to, then there was Missouri D3. There was...
I'll contact them.
Hit me up. Colgate, I'm looking at you.